Hi guys, welcome to Hypnovision Media. My name is Nicholas, and today I'm going to be talking about cymatics, which is a topic that I really get excited about, and so excited that I just sat here and literally wrote like 4 pages of a script for this YouTube video, and it is kind of impromptu and on the fly, which seems to be the best way for me, for at least now. So cymatics there's some science behind this, but essentially what cymatics is the visualization of sound. So through different frequencies, sound creates patterns. And if you take water, sand, or other material of the type and play different frequencies while it's sitting on top of a vibrating plate, these different scientists, inventors, and even other YouTube creators that find this topic exciting have found different ways to recreate these patterns, which are found throughout nature. So these are essentially the universal patterns of everything that exists. So cymatics allows us to see sound, and it will also change the way that you see language and the way that you speak. In the natural world, there are what is known as natural laws, that which is not man-made but cannot be changed by man. So what I'm saying is, gravity, for example, you know that if you, no matter how much you jump, you're always going to come down. So even a hot air balloon, once the hot air dissipates, that balloon's coming back down. So that is a law that nobody can manipulate. It is a natural law. Once every human being learns this, it's universally agreed that what goes up comes down. So that's essentially what I'm saying here. This is not some law that was written on a piece of paper by a man. So sound and vibration work the same way, meaning that one can attempt to hide or distort, but you cannot change the natural laws. All things vibrate and create frequencies. And energy cannot be destroyed, it only transforms. So what I'm saying here is the tone in which we speak also works the same way. So you can not hide anger in your tone. Now you can play it down, act like you're not angry, or try to hide your emotions, but they're still there. When you consider that cymatics is allowing us to see with our eyes, and then when we think a little bit deeper in terms of harmonious sounds and tones, it makes sense that our voice carries the same type vibrations. This is very interesting. This is where my brain started just getting all excited because, growing up, I was considered learning disabled. I was in LD classes, which was learning disabled. I mean, talk about labels. ADHD, super hyperactive, and had a very hard time focusing unless it was something that would emotionally fulfill me. So people who are ADHD often are classified as having some type of emotional dysregulation, which when you start to think about emotions are energy, self-esteem, steam, pressure explodes. So if you don't know how to balance your emotions, bring harmony back into that energy, balance it back out, then of course you have a pressure cooker and it's liable to blow at any time. That's getting off the subject here, but it really does tie itself all together. So now that you consider that over your lifetime, your brain has been encased in complete darkness. Think about that. Your brain is sitting inside of your skull in complete darkness, relying on your eyes, senses, your ears, senses. So there's an attempt for your mind to try to calibrate or make sense, complete the picture, right? So Your mind is encased in complete darkness, trying to calibrate what it is it's hearing, what it is that it's seeing. So here's the point where I'm getting ready to cross the bridge into the English language. What if there is truth in the words that I'm speaking right now? Would you be able to know? If you consider that not only is your eyesight inverted, but it is also flipped like a mirror. So much for calibrating, right? Wait. Do you see where I'm going with this? Do we hear forwards but see a flipped and reversed sight of the world around us? I'm going to read that again. Do we hear forwards but see a flipped and reversed sight of the world around us? That's kind of spooky. Now consider the English language itself has a lot of hidden letters. For example, the word knife has a K that is silent. Most kids are taught sight words. In other words, sight the sound, but there's things like a K that is silent in the word knife. So this causes a lot of confusion, but there's also silent letters added into the language, which when you start adding to the frequencies of sound, you begin to change the pattern of that sound. So this is in a way repetition and memorization, regardless of if it is absolutely correct or not. This leads us back to the words we speak and the power that they hold over our own lives and those around us. This also helped me to uncover my own self-talk and how personally I had experienced many things, what seemed to be unfavorable, negative, or when I would try to express certain things, it never seemed to come out right. So now you see the disorder to harmony. Disorder, ADHD, disorder. So there is basically the signals are crossed. And communication is like having static. Now you know where the term people say one thing and do another comes from. So Cymatics has really been one of these rabbit holes that I went down that really opened my eyes on a such deep level that I started to draw all these lines that perhaps some people may have already connected these dots, and maybe not everybody has. And so when you start to think about harmony and you start to really think about nature and the absolute perfection in the numbers, and when you think about sound resonance, the inner state of your being, so when you think about something that's really brings you to a happy place, your emotions begin to get charged, so to speak. You get amped up, you have energy, you want to celebrate, you want to go, you want to do something, you want to tell somebody something. So that is essentially the internal self-esteem. So the other words, the energy transforming into self-esteem. So when our inner voice, our internal talk, our self-talk, and how we think about ourselves is out of order or has a disorder because we were never properly taught, and even on top of that, the school systems, the education systems, the religious systems, all have added further confusion to this, because this is and has always been a generational thing. This is not nothing that is brand new. It's not a new discovery. In fact, the ancient civilizations knew about cymatics. They knew about frequencies. They knew about free energy. And they knew how to raise the vibration, because sound is the universal language of all things. Sound is the universal creation of everything. Speak it to existence. I am that I am. Who am I not to trust in who I am? I create with my words. It's quite amazing when you really allow yourself to sit and ponder on this for just a few minutes, and you begin to really grasp the magnitude of how you speak to others and how you speak to yourself. What you think about yourself that you don't speak out loudly, and what you think about others that you don't speak out loudly, and what things you should not speak out and when to speak out. So sometimes there's a saying, less is more. So sometimes this brings me to another thing, the term, you have two ears so you can listen twice as much as you talk. That's interesting. If you think about left brain and right brain, one being more logical, one being more emotional, you have two ears so you can listen twice as much as you talk. Neurodivergent, convergent. This is where everything goes in and is crossed and inverted and sent to the brain. Amazing stuff. So guys, I just wanted to get up here and just kind of ramble about this for a minute. I'm feeling kind of excited. I have not been on camera, and I just want to point out that 1 year ago, where I'm sitting at was nothing but a blank space. I'm actually sitting in my basement, which was just a center block wall room. And for the last year, I have been building out this area so that I can get to the point that I can get onto a video and I can actually start recording and start doing live videos and other type stuff for my channel. So I'm really excited, and things are really coming together now, and I'm getting really, really close to where I need to be. And I am greatly appreciative that I have the opportunity to be doing this right now. And I am so grateful that you're sticking around, and give it a subscribe, a like, a share, a comment. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I will be tapping in and talking to you very, very soon.